What was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running?
The suspicious individual hid. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Okay, can you stop doing this? Oh god.
Who was in the...
It's probably Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, obviously he was the one in that particular...
Then there can be no doubt.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the...
So what you're saying...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the...
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason.
Of course. There's something else we need to clarify first.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it?
We must clarify the method of transportation. It would seem that his corpse was moved using Makoto. Can you tell us what they were?
Oh, can we not? The amount of times he had to... Oh, where's the fucking dog?
I got it!
What? Does he love me then?
Shoot!
Wait, what?
I got it!
Oh, okay, they wanted me to fuck...
So, let's see. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then when we found it for the second time, it was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to that way they wouldn't leave any blood.
Okay, that explains...
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we... But when the body disappeared, later, when Taka's body so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move... But are you sure you are not...
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive that dolly was made specifically for moving large objects? It would be very strange indeed. Is it not possible that it was...
She's raised an objection.
There is no shame in being wrong. We have all accepted the...
Move! Let me prove her was fucking wrong. So, I'm doomed. That's all I hear. I'm fucking doomed. Move out of my fucking way, man. Piss me off. Pissing me off. I have to do a tempo?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Oh, I'm doomed.
Away with you.
I'm doomed. Oh, okay.
You miserable wretch.
Oh, fuck. No, fuck you.
Agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
No, God, kill yourself. Oh, I fucking hate this. No, what am I doing? What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Lies will get you nowhere.
What do you want from me?
Do your worst. Away with you.
Oh.
You miserable wretch.
Kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself! Die, die, die!
Nowhere!
No, please, just
do your worst!
Here you go, Makoto! You're just ass! Yikes! You know that shit was dead when he out of there. What I'm saying? Bro, I'm about to get my ass.
No parts for a 4 hours.
Yes, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Kill yourself. Oh my god, I gotta lock in. Fuck! Why are we doing this so early? I fucking hate this one.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Oh, okay.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Fucking hell! Why is Celeste getting on my dick right now, bro?
I refuse to give up yet.
I know how to do it, but it's just fucking hard.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Whoa! Can she like suck my dick? So, okay, now I understand. I have to fucking remember the fucking tempo, even though it's getting fucking blocked. What?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! I cannot agree!
Finally, I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I fucking did it. Fuck. Put your ass down, Celeste. Make it not obvious that you're fucking the murderer.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, when I found the dolly in the repository, there was a pool of blood in the equipment room with the tire. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way.
Yeah.
After busting my ass, after me going to fucking war, it just was something that we had to get out of the fucking way. Yeah, right, fuck. I just fucking risked my life for this country, and you're saying that's all we needed? Fuck. Get my ass beat.
What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
Please shut the fuck up,
I'd
King.
be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will be...
If I look back how the body was transported, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. Fuck if I know, I just work here. What's the account? What's the bullet? It's too fucking heavy? Can I pause?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
You can't bend over.
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body.
If you accept everything, then you must realize that whoever... sorry, I don't think I
You can't bend over in the seats.
As we know,
No, Taka was
can't
in
get
from
it.
there.
Yeah, the then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it.
Now, keep in mind that...
Well, yeah, but even all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the
It's
dolly
not
up,
bending
the killer
over?
just carted the body.
If you
What?
accept, then you must realize that
See, that's why I'm like, you can't. It's not
Sorry,
that.
I
I know
don't
it's
think I
that.
as we
Oh,
know,
it's probably
Taka was in from
Byakuya when
there.
he's talking
Yeah,
about.
the then
we need to
loaded it
push
onto
it.
the dolly.
Now,
keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Don't hit me. Abusive ass relationship. Okay, I understand. Damn. Okay, I get it. I'm a fucking failure.
I refuse to give up yet.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you. That was kind of my fault. I was just hitting shit. I know it has to be the bend over one.
as
Would
we
it
know,
not?
and
But
from
it didn't
there-
work. Probably because I kind
Then
of.
loaded it onto the...
Now, keep in mind...
Well, yeah, but even if all you'd have to do is bend over.
Okay, so I was right. I was just fucking cornering it. Fuck! Hey!
You're
Color composer is
absolutely
actually
right
really
that
good
you
because
could
it's
push
not
a dolly
wiggling.
without a
It's-
handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you
What do you mean?
think back to what you said when we were all checked? When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, am I right about that?
Now that you mention it...
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't...
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone...
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to...
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option.
See, that's why I'm like, this is why I thank God Makoto's the main character, because if he was or anybody else, we would already be fucking dead. Mind you, these people don't use their fucking brains all the time.
To put the suit on.
Then you really can't take it.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice...
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. You all got a good look at it, did you not? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how... Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi... So long as those facts exist, the individual inside the suit and the culprit are what...
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to read the sides. There's no hurry to decide who before we rush to a verdict. Should instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was.
All right then, let's take another look back at what I suppose we could. Four of us gathered to.
I know it wasn't.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture, and as it turns out, it also soon became clear that this. We were soon joined in our search. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office.
I don't really care about this fucking story because I already got hit with soccer having to do this one time, so I think I'm just gonna stop.
When Celeste told us, and
No offense.
and then
I don't know if it's trying to show me
that
anything,
point we
but
discussed. And I left Celeste.
I really don't
Meanwhile,
care, guys.
we adjusted because
I know it's bad, but I
And that's
should
when I
care,
told
but
you
at
guys
the
about
same time, I'm
Hifumi.
like, dude,
Then the
Sakura
three of us
told
headed for.
me. So if they literally just use Sakura.
we rushed them. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. And Celeste would.
I think that about covers it.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Finally, something interesting. Finally, something interesting. God damn, I did not care about that recap. Look in the fire. Yeah, hit with a blunt object. That's all I got.
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he died before perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death came to.
See? So it's obvious Taka
So,
came
this is why, it's not the main character like I keep on fucking saying.
Perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Really?
Shoot!
Okay.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order the Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See?
So I have
It's
to.
obvious Taka came.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What
I thought they were killed at the
Because of
same
the
time.
numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while
I have
Taka's
to, okay,
death.
so I have to use put the
it's obvious
numbering of the
Taka
justice here. To hit that one.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
That's not it either?
Shoot.
What the fuck?
So,
Regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order. They were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See?
Okay.
So
So I
it's
can't
obvious
even use my
Taka came
little. Or do I have to?
So, regarding Taka's
I
death,
have to press.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammer.
No,
See?
it's wrong.
See? Not that though, guys.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way that...
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in, but in reality, Taka was killed before? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Okay, what's the proof? Because... No! Oh! That should be out. Writing? Wrist. How do I spell wrist? Not a where wrist watch. See. I'm gonna fucking good. This is the first time I actually used it. I like the hidden thing.
I got it! Papa's wrist watch, see? Look!
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the... So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well
And before Celeste was attacked this morning.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other...
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of the...
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make...
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall.
That may be true in the case of Bud. All of our alibis still...
That's right. With him, at least. When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office.
That's totally true. We're all...
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on it.
If that's true, where...
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for what, since all of us were there together.
And it does not stop there. There was also the when his body vanished from the nurse. Akina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the... And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the...
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it?
Even if she could pull that...
Besides, I didn't do either of them any...
In other words, it is on the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko...
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around it. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out...
That's true. And according... His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute, but to carry that much weight from the...
Oh man, yeah!
Well, what if I told you there was...
What?
If the dead body were to move...
The dead body
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. We thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps...
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office?
But I mean, we found his body.
Perhaps he was simply...
That it is.
Yes, because we're going to stop being stupid. Stop being stupid, please. Okay, this one. We don't give a fuck about that. We care about...
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, okay, I gotta go to the...
First, there's a chance you...
No.
Sorry, I gotta go to the
and you know that.
fucking
Surely
last
you
of
heard
the
the body
last.
Hifumi's dead. And that is...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Someone else's
discovery.
discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announced. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement
it's like a little
was intended to signal
off.
someone else's
I have 2 hearts,
Are you
guys.
saying
I'm
that when
really
we
good
first
at
there's a
this.
chance he was actually...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Shoot!
What?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery announced. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement.
Are we really so maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I thought
Are
it
you
was
saying
done.
that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement.
Are we really so maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
That's not it either.
Shoot!
Can I have my money back? I don't know why I'm getting time for this. I'm not giving it. Fuck you, bitch.
I
Bring my
refuse
heart
to give
back,
up
damn
yet.
it. It's my fault I'm a dumbass. Damn it. Okay. We're trying to see if, how Hifumi is actually able to block itself.
Are you
It's
saying
like,
that when we first there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement.
Are we really?
Maybe I should hit the he was actually still alive.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he...
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Bro, I don't know which one goes.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yeah, I know
Are
it
you
was at
saying that when
the
we
same
first found
time,
there's a
which
chance
means...
he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body, and that
I'm about to
is
do
why.
it.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still...
No. It is
And I
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body, this Hifumi's dead body, and that is why the announcement. Are we really? Maybe the announcement
This is
was
pissing
intended
me
to signal
off.
someone else's.
So, I thought it would be
Are
like,
you
okay,
saying
the
that when we
boy
first
was
found him
found.
there's a
He was
chance
still
he was
alive.
actually still alive?
No.
He's actually
Hifumi
still
was dead, and you know
which
that. Surely you
means-
heard the body, the Hifumi's dead body, and that is.
Are we really? So maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I don't know, guys. I still know. I don't know which one.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurses, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Yes, man.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Bro, I still know.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually
No. It is impossible.
I think we're gonna go attack
And you
Celeste.
know that. Surely
Because
you heard the
she
body
says-
discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is.
Are we really? Maybe
I thought
the
it
announcement
was just
intended
something.
to signal someone else's discovery.
Bro, what is it? What is it? I really don't want to be stuck on it. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck on this, guys. I'm dead ass still with it. I'm about to look at Touchdown. I'm not staying here. I just... Shut up, bro. Shut up. Oh, okay. So we have to actually keep the
Are you
wristwatch.
saying that when we first there's a chance?
We actually have to keep the
Hifumi was
wristwatch.
dead, and you know that.
Mind
Surely
you.
you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's
And it's
dead
actually
body,
for-
and that is.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Or not?
Shoot!
What the fuck is
Are you
happening?
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Okay.
there's a chance he was...
No. It is Hifumi was dead,
This
and
is
you know
stressing me
that.
out.
Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body, and that is.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
And what we about to use this one? I'm about to go
Are
back to
you
this
saying that when we
recording
first
because
found
it's
there's a
saying
chance he was actually...
now this is right.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you
I
heard the body
literally
discovered.
did that.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
I literally did that though. Oh my god. Shut up, Jay. I literally did that.
Was the body
Not-
discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Yo. I'm not dumb. You gotta realize.
Of course it was. The announcement played right.
Maybe. But that was also...
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have...
Maybe Monokuma
What do you say, Monokuma?
Well, it's a very sensitive. But what I can say about the body, it's only broadcast when 3 or more.
That didn't answer our question.
No, actually, that was... He said it's only broadcast when a body... Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make... If that's true, then why was the announcement...
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the... heard it a second time in the repository
Well,
when we rediscovered the two bodies.
shut up, bro. That pissed me off
Didn't
because I
seem weird
literally
at the
picked
time.
that. So I'm not
But it
dumb.
contradicts
It's
what
just
Monokuma just told us,
mechanics
doesn't
meant
it?
to make me think like that. I should have just kept on doing what my gut said. We'll do it that again.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually found dead until.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was.
Oh, I know, because he was super good at playing dead! That is the worst bludge, but honestly, I do not think
Okay then, let's take another look. Then it should become clear whether
this whole thing is...
His glasses. Put that glasses bullet into my fucking belly. Yes, sir.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Oh, and she was probably going to say something after that. I might
Well,
have to
here's one
let
thing we
it
did. The
take
first
me
time we
out.
found it, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, it's wrong.
Should've known. Just
In fact, there was one clear difference: his glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only.
Perhaps you'd like to feel the rest.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, but when we found him again later in the they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them. I got it!
I got it.
It was a
Guys, I'm not
glasses
stupid.
cleaning
It's
cloth
just this
featuring a
game's stupid.
certain cartoon mask. One look at the bloodstain on this piece of cloth was used to wipe, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital. And whose digital camera was it?
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon.
I highly doubt anyone but
I see your point. And the only people here who wear
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
then there's no question. It belonged to him. What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, then he stands up and walks out on his own. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just... What was with all that blood?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! If it could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there,
And the repository door can only be locked, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository,
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
I can't with his bitch
If
ass.
you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest, you know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it!
Crazy.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away.
Hidden.
That's right. We found it stuffed in...
What?
Yeah.
Okay, well, forget about the pants.
That's the note I was telling you about. Huh? Wait, Monokuma can't find out.
See, then this note...
It's not the same.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person, and that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here? I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi, so whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
You fucking took. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Just to be clear, TikTok is.
Oh, yes!
Just use a little scrap paper. Bro, could I just... We do not need to make an argument. What the fuck?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was in must have been Huffy!
Oh,
Shoot!
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was in must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
no. Why are you just leaning like this?
Huffy had the note! Then the person it was must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong!
Me when I don't understand.
No! They're
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m. You've already proven that, but there's more. Look, the equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was...
Well, no further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. The culprit really is a cold-blooded
But if they gave the note to Taka,
Stuff down his pants? No.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it.
Where's your proof? Go ahead.
I gotta fucking show. Oh my.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, if I'm right about this, I knew it! It fits.
then Taka's scrap.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There is only one way to
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note for leaving behind, only did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, in fact, he was behind the whole thing.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository,
So then,
Whoever did is the master.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished. But before...
During that time, we'd all split up and were certain. In other words, during that time, none of...
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you...
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been...
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi!
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around, so if Hifumi was the culprit, would have had to grab one, then put the hammer back. But wouldn't that be seriously...
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain
See,
knocking
he's
around
smart.
that skull
Look
of your...
at him.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there.
He's right, though. The Monokuma file makes
Move,
it
I
clear
got
the
this, bro.
hammers were
Move.
already...
So the question is,
Move, I
personally,
understand.
So which hammer was used?
Those were accounted for.
Is it not possible?
I don't think it is possible. They were...
So then,
Move. It's my turn to shine. Please don't make this an argument. I hate arguments because I'm fucking bad. Bad at shooting. Bad at shooting.
what was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it is, one thing. How was the culprit able? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammer.
Well, one thing, the murder weapon had to be one of the 10.
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have... Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and... But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have... I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of
I
hammers.
never knew how
Big
how
ones,
fast it was
small
gonna-
ones.
Because sooner or later Sakura is gonna die, and then it's just gonna leave the main four by themselves, which it comes with not the main four. It's gonna go to the last people alive, and those are Akina, Hiro, Byakuya, Kyoko, and me and Coco. The 6 people. But the thing is, you gotta realize they're gonna have to do their one murder that no one fucking does.
And even some flat mallet-like one. I think whoever made the justice hammers used those as a bait.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi... Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working the way the graduation rule works. So the idea that anyone would
That's
work
why they
together
killed him,
like that is
idiot
simply-
boy. It's probably the E-handbook. If I see that E-handbook, boy, I'm about to kill myself. Okay, fellas. Oh, that means...
Based on
But I
the
have to-
rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
No.
Shoot!
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Did I not get the 2 murder thing?
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
That is.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
It wasn't 2 murderers.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the
Fucking
one who
good.
actually,
Just
assuming the
realized
rule
it's not
holds
2
true.
murderers and only one.
But that
And then
only really
it's
applies. In
impossible.
this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply...
No, it's wrong.
Guys, I'm doing good.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no
Risk versus
the payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in this. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no bet. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate...
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate. And it only looked like 1 person because that's how the true kill. A single suspicious individual by creating 1 seamless set of circumstances.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply... Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very...
That's just...
You think so? I can't help but it...
Yeah. You really like her too. God, I hate Makoto sometimes. He's like, bro, she's so awesome.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno, right?
I'm already picking someone? Oh my god, I'm already picking someone?
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious...
A joke?
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically... The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time that I would go within 10 feet of that... pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence...
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further...
Shoot! I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual and the only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Just because I'm fucking small doesn't mean I'm fucking younger, nigga. I'll beat your ass. I'll just fucking chop your kneecap.
Sorry.
Don't say sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and
Fuck you,
Hifumi ever
Yakira.
laid eyes on the cop. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what
That's why you're
Celeste
too
has
slow
said
to
as well.
fucking make a fucking connection, dipshit. That shit.
Saying everything they told us?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began. And not too long after that, we headed to the 2nd floor next to draw us all to...
She let out a blood...
And when we'd all come to see what was... Once she'd done her job, if it was time for her part,
Yeah, fuck the way.